Good evening, the massage world. This is Ryan Hoyme, aka Massage Nerd, and tonight we have four special guests. This is the most guests we've ever had on one show at once, and I didn't even pay them. Tonight we have Jennifer. Can you wave, Jennifer?
Hi,
Okay.
Ryan.
Yeah. Ariana, David,
That's me.
and Spider Monkey. Gala. Okay, so
Gotcha,
they're
gotcha.
they're all from the Massage World Record, and it's based in Las Vegas. So they're planning. Let me just have you take it over. What are you guys planning?
We're planning the biggest massage ever.
Period.
Period. Okay, the show's done.
No,
So
we're facilitating an event, a main event, the Massage World Record event that is going to attempt to break the Guinness World Record book for the most massages.
Currently set in Australia at what, 263?
Yes.
263 currently held.
and how long did they actually last then? So how long were the massages all at once then?
The ones in Australia?
Yeah.
It was either 10 or 15 minutes, but it was long enough for the adjudicator to confirm that everybody was working at the same time. So it was kind of critical that it was a simultaneous massage and not just, different massages going on at different times.
Okay. And what place has set the record before that then?
That would be no, that would be Massage Envy in October.
At the marathon.
Yes, at the Marine Corps Marathon in South Carolina, I believe. And
That one was 154,
164,
64.
100, yeah, 154, I believe.
Okay. And what's your plans now? I mean, you're planning it for May, right? Are you still planning that for May?
Yeah,
Yeah.
May 8th
Okay.
of 20.
Okay. And have you secured a venue yet?
We have not secured a venue yet. We're working with local sponsors and some national organizations to help secure the event. And because this is a grassroots operation, it's time consuming. There's a lot of details involved, and as soon as we get the venue, we're able to confirm and actually open registration for all the different types of people that will be involved with this.
Yeah, one of the main reasons getting the venue, other than money, is taking a little bit of time, is that we didn't want to do anything until we got the licensing issue for therapists who come from out of state settled. So until we knew what was going to happen with that, we needed to decide or hold off a bit and say, okay, we're not going to put down all this money and go, oh, hey guys, can't do that, sorry. So we wanted to verify and make sure all that was done, which happened recently.
But let's say worst case scenario, you can't get people from out of state to come in. What can they do to help out during this time?
Well, let's
Lots.
can we start with the state of the state?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as most of our followers and people that have been interested in watching us on the Facebook page and on the website have been hearing about, is that we've been going to the state board and working with them for about the past 6 to 8 months and trying to get some official allowance for out-of-state massage therapists to come to Nevada and actually do charitable work. And in the process, the executive director, Lisa Cooper, has been amazingly flexible and very dedicated to writing up a policy that the board discussed and presenting it to them over a period of meetings. And at our last Friday's meeting on the 17th, it was a week ago Friday, we finally heard their decision on a proposed policy for allowing out-of-state massage therapists to come in. And this would have allowed comparably licensed therapists to come into the state of Nevada. And the state of Nevada has minimum requirements for practicing under the Practice Act, of which some are 500 hours of a certified school, a background check, like a federal background check, and also passing either the NBLEX, the NCE, TM or TMB, or the NESL. So those are the 4 tests as well. So anybody coming in would first have to qualify under that. Now, the policy that was written was deferred at this meeting. The legal staff advised the board that it was written so well that it actually sounded like legislation. And right now, there are 9 states that have specific verbiage in their laws, in their revised statutes, that allow exceptions, or exemptions they call it, for practicing charitable massage on occasion for an event like this. And we are not one of those 9 states at this time. And so that policy that was proposed has been deferred into a work group conversation for being written into law. So it's actually gone further than we expected. But what that means now, and officially we'll put the word out in writing on the website too, in case you want to know a little bit more about what happened at the meeting. What that means for out-of-state therapists right now is that they won't be able to practice at this time at this event. The proposed timeline for the law actually going through, and we don't even know what it's going to look like yet. So we don't even know if our event will qualify by May 8th, but they're looking at 6 to 8 months out from the date of the meeting. So when the legislator goes into session and the state board lobbies their changes or their additions to the law for this session, it may be approved as soon as March or April of next year. And that's going to be cutting it a little bit close. And we are very optimistic because the board is very active on this particular item and getting something written up, not just for our event, but for what other states also have considered important industry events that are happening in their states as well.
And I'd like to add that this is a process, as far as working with the state board, that David has personally taken on over almost a year now. Almost a year. Almost a year working with the state board. So it's not like this is something that came up last month. We've been working with them from the beginning. And when we found out that there were some roadblocks to the event happening for out-of-state therapists to participate, we just kept working with them. And like you said, because of the timeline, we had to restructure over the last couple of weeks in order to accommodate that legislative timeline.
It is incredibly important to the project that that we work with the local business and professional license organizations. Because of the nature of working with the public, there are a lot of dynamics that are involved with doing the actual massage. And for us to get 3,000 massage therapists together to give each other a massage is a great idea, and it can happen. Maybe not this year, but the element of the public is really what our whole event, the entire day's worth of activity, is concerned with. So involving a special population of clients, including the therapist's own client that they want to bring, if that's something they want to do. We want to include the public with this. So this element of licensing and things needed to be resolved before we could officially invite out-of-state therapists to practice. But there are other ways they can participate.
Yeah, we need volunteers handing out goodie bags, registering people, signing people in, just being there, and just being there to watch. You can be a body on the table.
Yeah, if you want to be.
That's not a bad gig.
Yeah, and everybody participating in the attempt, the 25-minute attempt, will be in the registry for participating. So you'll be a part of the record, whether you're performing or you're receiving massage. So being a body is going to be a good thing to get in on as soon as possible, because we're going to be inviting about, 3,000 people from the local Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure here in Las Vegas. So we imagine we'll have quite a few people come out from that group as well.
And who is the brains behind this, or this insanity behind this? Come on, somebody fess up.
Gayla has a good story for you. Something about, wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah, I wrote that on the MWR Facebook page. Just a slight thing, little history about how we came up with this. It was actually in this room, the two of us hanging out as colleagues, watching a movie, just started talking. I think we were working on the joint marketing program we had with Yin Yang Tandem Massage, because we do tandem together. tandem together. Isn't that kind of?
We do tandem massage together. Yeah.
No, doing tandem massage, and we just started talking. Well, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a room full of people doing tandem, and we started talking about the different ways to market, and that led Mr. David here into going, well, let's just set a world record, and off he went. You know, I really didn't hear about it again for a couple of months, and he comes back and he goes, hey, I have the website set up, and I went, huh? What was it? Because the massage website. I'm like, oh. And from there it went. We started business plan, marketing plan. We spent hours almost every night working, planning, whenever we were doing the business plan together, and just over a year before anyone even knew who we were, putting all this together and thinking of how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? What's the best way to do this?
And really how Gayla and I met was through the local networking group, the Las Vegas Massage Therapy Meetup Group. And we, oh no, sorry, the AMTA. You know, whatever. No, you know, she wrote an email actually into the chapter which I was volunteering for at the time, and took her email, and we were talking about a local law, a local ordinance that was getting ready to be reviewed by the commission. And, you know, being proactive in our industry, I think we kind of hit it off there, because her request as a single member became something before our chapter, our board of directors for our chapter, and actually became a public statement. So working with her on that made it very easy to get together with her later and start doing some marketing. Because we're both independent massage therapists here, we kind of collaborated on a couple of different things that have been successful in my opinion. And this is kind of like the most successful and most
biggest.
The biggest, yeah.
The biggest.
The biggest investment of time that we should move in together, really. But we're on the phone, we're in email, we're in meetings all the time, you know, regarding this. And now we have a couple of lovely other people, other therapists, because this is a grassroots effort from the massage therapy industry to help us really facilitate all of the events and all the detail that we've found over the past year and a half that this is going to take.
So was it World Massage Festival, is that the first time you guys really branched out into public about all this then?
Yes.
That was our coming out.
We came out of the closet.
Okay. Came out of this, you know.
Yeah, so discussing some of the changes with the state board, and because of the timeline with the legislation, we're going to depend, as far as participants, as therapists, giving the massages more heavily on local population and on schools, which is where she comes in.
Absolutely. We're excited.
Tell them what you're doing.
I'm actually the schools liaison. I'm going to help coordinate all of the schools throughout Nevada. Any of the schools that want to participate with either bringing the students out and performing massages. In the state of Nevada, the students are allowed to participate as long as they have supervision by their instructors from the school that they attend. So any of the Nevada schools that want to participate, we're actually getting information out to them and finding out how they want to help participate, whether it is volunteer basis, whether they want to do the massages, maybe helping out with donating some massage tables for the day. Since we're going for such big numbers, we can use all the help that we can get on that. So I'm here to help answer any questions and get people to coordinate the efforts so that we can make sure that this happens.
Yeah, Jennifer, have you run into, have you run into any problems at all with schools so far at all, not wanting to participate or kind of doubting what you're doing, or?
No, actually, I have talked to a few schools already. We're getting more on board as we go, getting the information out to everybody. And everybody always seems to want to help, getting the students to understand that they can, that is a grassroots effort, that it's pay it forward, that there's so much out in the community that they have the ability to do. I actually am a director at a local school here in town, and I wanted to participate so that we can show the students what else is out there, what a massage therapist has the ability to accomplish, and how they can touch a lot of people in more than just necessarily in a physical way.
And also through the research and just the whole theme of the event, showing students who are just coming out that the direction the industry is going, which is more clinical, medical, necessity. You know, it's not, you don't have to graduate from school and go right into a spa.
No, absolutely. Even with all the continuing education classes that we're going to have there that day. So that's another area that people that are coming in from out of town, they can be involved that way, taking CEU classes. So there's a lot of great knowledge that's going to be shared that day. So we want everybody to come out and help and volunteer.
So you're going to have CE classes during that time then?
Yeah, we've actually taught with a few providers, and the response is, you know, as long as I've been doing stuff like arranging continuing education providers, I have never had anybody say, well, I don't think so. I don't think that's a good idea, because what we're proposing is a forum, and actually it's pretty focused. It'll be concentrating on clients, potential massage clients, or just people in general, excuse me, that are cancer patients or have you know, some link to an oncology background, that want to learn more about massage and cancer and how they work well together. And we're focusing, you know, as a primary population on the Susan G. Komen Southern Nevada affiliates clients as well. So this is going to be very targeted, and so is the education. Can't say any names right now, but we've talked to a couple educators that already put us on their calendar for next year for this event. So as long as we keep moving forward, and during the registration process, people will know for sure what they can sign up for, and we'll have all that arranged at the time. But it'll be very targeted.
Yeah, it's targeted for the therapists, so that if they've ever wanted to move into like hospitals, or if they do want to work with oncology, the CE is targeted towards what we can do to help cancer patients. So very specific.
Do you realize that you're going to probably get the largest continuing education class also?
What do you mean?
Probably.
Well, yeah, you're probably going to get the world's largest continuing education class going too. So.
We should put that on the application to the massage to the Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you recall or if you know about Qigong. Are you familiar with the practice of Qigong?
Yep.
Well, there's a gentleman in Florida, Jeff Primack, the Qi Revolution. Are you familiar with that at all?
Nope.
Well, basically, he came to Nevada about a month ago, and he's registered with an NCB as an approved provider, and really kind of he focused marketing. Even though the practice of Qigong is not massage therapy, he focused the CE credit for self-care and the fact that this mode of self-care can be used in a massage practice. So he got about 350.
I was one of them.
Massage therapists, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
All in one place practicing Qigong, all at the same time. And I wasn't there, but Jen.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Actually, Ariana was there also. And yes. It's the amount of energy that was in the room, and just the ability to universal consciousness to bring that many people together in a healing sort of way was absolutely fantastic. I fell in love with it so much. I'm actually a first level Qigong instructor now. So hopefully maybe on the day is to offer that to the participants, volunteers, so that we can have another big event involved with that.
Maybe 2 in 1.
Exactly.
Well, actually,
2, 3, 4.
I don't know if Jeff has ever applied to the Guinness World Book or the Guinness World Record, but he should, because his last class before Las Vegas at the time was 1,500.
Florida, I think.
What?
Yeah, that's what he claims.
His ultimate goal is to actually fill a football stadium full of people doing Qigong all at one time.
Wow, we got a lot in common.
Yeah. So there you go. We put the massage on the field, and everybody could be doing qigong in the stadium. Yes, we need to get everybody
Absolutely.
together.
See, this is how it starts. Wouldn't it be cool? This is how it starts.
Yeah.
So I
In this
think
very room.
working with Jeff will be like part of the event, and probably really good for public and therapists alike to understand what he does in teaching qigong, but really taking that practice with them from an event such as this, like massage. Find a practitioner at this event, and if you can't, you're suspended from the ceiling, because on the floor is where all the therapists will be. And if you take part in, say, an hour practice of this qigong too, we'll have a bunch of people in one place at one time. Why not maximize the effect of that?
And then Nathan Nordstrom, do you know he is from Educated Touch?
No, we don't know him at all.
Okay. he
Hey,
asked,
congratulations, by the way.
he asked, are the classes going to be NCB TMB approved, all of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
He says you suck.
Congratulations, by the way, Nathan. Yep.
This morning?
Baby boy this morning.
Wow.
Yep.
So, and actually, if I texted Nathan earlier, I hope he doesn't mind me bringing up his name and Educated Touch, because on our website too, Nathan really initiated a relationship with the project last time he was here in Vegas, and he donated a percentage of his revenue as a continuing education provider to the project for people that signed up for his Las Vegas professionally guided tour at Bodies the Exhibition. So Nathan is very kind and generous to do that, and we are always looking for opportunities for other continuing education providers to work with us on that level, or whatever other ideas that are out there. I mean, Nathan was very proactive and came to us with that. We're very open. The whole idea is to make the time here productive for everybody coming. The day before will be the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure here in Las Vegas. So the Susan G. Komen clients have a full weekend of stuff, even without what we're doing. But we want to make it attractive and productive for therapists to come in and have a class on Friday, a class on Saturday, and then have our event on Sunday. And really not even particularly include continuing education officially on Sunday for professionals, but more of a fill-in class, like maybe a prep class for the attempt itself. We have an educator, which I can't name right now, who definitely wants to come in and help therapists understand what it means to touch someone with cancer, because there's a lot of new research out there, and the paradigm has changed as far as touch, but there are still considerations, and this is the kind of stuff that we want to make available to everybody participating, so that when we have a client get on the table that just raced and that is a client of Susan G. Komen, they know exactly how to work with them and work with any condition that they might have.
Yeah, I think the point this person brought up is all the many, many details that David and I have gone over. The one point we missed is this person said, well, if you're going to have therapists working with cancer patients, wouldn't it be a good idea to have the CE before they touch them? We're like,
yes.
Yeah.
That made a lot of sense to us, So you can come in for a day or for 2 or 3 days, however many you want to.
And then Karen Cowell, do you remember her?
Karen?
From Pillowsage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she says something about portability, and that's going to be really important. Can you list any states that are portability off the top of your head?
Let me research that while we're chatting, because I did a little research for the board meeting and have a list of some states with some. It's mostly charitable verbiage. It doesn't. Okay. Because portability is a little bit different than like exemptions. And I'm going to just say this as having a little experience with talking to people about transferring and portability and exemptions. I mean, those are three different things that you're talking about, really. The exemptions are people that don't have to have a massage to practice massage therapy. If you're practicing massage therapy, say as an RN or as a hairstylist or barber doing scalp massage, or as a nail technician, right, for doing like massage up to the knee, those are considered massage, but not under the scope of massage therapy because it's part of their job already. So those are exemptions. The portability is for licensed professionals being able to maintain their credential in the place that they're practicing, no matter where that is. So that's a little bit different than exemptions. And then transferring is outside of portability. So if a state doesn't allow portability, they have to actually apply for a new license in that state, and that's called a transfer. So those are the three different ways that ways to practice in Nevada right now. Well, I should say the two different ways is the exemption by those natures that I said, and a new transfer. We don't have portability yet written into our law at all either.
Okay. And then Nathan,
yeah.
Nathan from Educated's Touch, he said he will also do a class around the event with 10% going to the event.
Woo! Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
And,
and Nathan and I talked about that already, and Nathan, I'm glad to hear that's official now because we have it on record.
and Karen says thanks for that. What you said then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And did you know Karen's a nurse also?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she was an RN for many years and then got into pilotage and stuff. So.
Very cool.
So, so everybody has a title then, basically, so far for this whole event. So everybody's in charge of a little section.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Ariana doesn't have an official title yet. She is.
Duties as delegated, right?
That's
it. I am the miscellaneous task doer.
She's the big D volunteer.
Okay.
She's helped us distribute flyers. She comes to all of our meetings. She has. She's gonna write a Facebook app for us.
I'm gonna try.
And
There's
then,
a task and we can't quite figure out who should be doing it. It's
and then, are you guys are you guys gonna try for the Pepsi Refresh project again then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It is in the queue.
Yes. Tomorrow night is when we submit the application again. We try to submit, and if it's accepted, everybody out there is going to hear from us all over again.
Okay.
Woo! I'll be on Hootsuite all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys lose any Facebook friends during that time?
No,
No,
actually,
only
we got a
games.
lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You as well, Brian.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think we gained almost 300 people.
Yeah.
Just on the Facebook one, just from the Pepsi Refresh.
There were a lot of industry leaders, such as yourself, massage nerd, that kind of shouted out for us, and that's like one of our biggest hopes is that the people that hear what we're saying, which are like 3 or 4, actually are reposting this and telling their friends and family. And, we don't expect everybody to vote every day. You know what? I think I missed a day of voting.
Yeah, I think I missed one.
Oh, no.
I heard that from Minnesota.
That's okay. One vote from everybody in the United States would work out really well. And if you just do it one time, that's really kind of the idea. And getting people to understand what the project is about and where it came from, where we're moving to, what our mission is. And our mission is to include the public. So It doesn't take just therapists to make a vote. Don't be afraid to post it for your family and friends on your Facebook account, because somebody that appreciates what you do as a massage therapist will also like what you like. And I think a lot of people are afraid of being spammy or whatever. And, that's not our intent. If you sign up for our email list, we'll email you. But if you tell us to take you off too, we'll take you off, because maybe you're not ready right now. Maybe you don't want to make plans quite yet and haven't contacted us yet. But there will be some point where we can be of service, and that's when we want to be there for you.
Yeah.
And then who else do you have on board with all this then too?
Las Vegas Youth Orchestras. Do we have the press release up yet?
Yes, we have a press release on site from the executive director of the board of the Las Vegas Youth Orchestras, and it's oh, you go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. So the Las Vegas Youth Orchestras, run by Bev Patton and Chuck Jackson, who's the conductor. What they consist of are the high school students, 9th through 12th, there's 4 levels, of all of the high schools in Las Vegas get together and they're all in one orchestra. And this is a very talented group of kids. I mean, they've traveled almost all over the world. They've gone to Sweden. They're planning a trip to China. They've gone to Germany to play. They were happy because when we approached them and said, is this something you'd want to do? Because
what is it that we asked them to do?
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait for it.
And you guys aren't even married.
So anyways, when I approached Bev and I said, we have this event and we've got all of these massages, and what we would like to have is a live orchestra playing during, just add a little class, involve the community, and they said absolutely yes. They were very excited when they heard about it, and they said, yes, we're looking for an event to brand ourselves with as part of a fundraiser. And it was perfect for them at the time. Their faces lit up, and they said, they said, oh my God, that sounds wonderful. And they want to continue with us in Las Vegas from year to year to year. So she's already issued a press release saying we are excited to participate, as well as the Pepsi Refresh. They send their students out with little cards if we get into it again. They're going to send them all out saying, yeah, students, get out there and vote. Get as many people as you can.
And like Gayla said, this is her department, because in organizing and getting more people on board, we come up with more connections. And this is Gayla's connection to the community here in the Las Vegas Valley. And she's been working with them for many, many months before, even getting to talk to Bev, the executive director, and really confirming their interest and the viability of the project. And, we talked about having live music at this from, I think, day one.
Yeah.
So Gayla's been working on it that long as well.
Yeah, it was actually me that kind of pushed you a little bit on that as far as community involvement, because when we were building MWR and what it was we meant and our mission, I said we've got to involve community, and I think music is the best way. As massage therapists, we always use music in our rooms. The music that we choose sets the mood, it sets the tone. There's also an AMTA called the American Music Therapy Association, and they are all about research on how sound affects brain waves, health, and healing. So putting the two together was just a no-brainer. And plus helping out some local students. Yeah, so to speak.
And what?
If anyone knows me sees the emoticons that I use the little O period and a little 0 to do the. I use that emoticon a lot. There's.
The glare. And for people going to your event, what if they don't have a massage table? Can they still get counted for the massage if they give a massage on the floor then, or?
Yes, because there's nothing in the application that stipulates it must be a table.
Okay.
25 simultaneous Swedish. So if we end up with a lot of more people, bring your yoga mat.
Okay.
That's what they did in Australia. They had their 263 people out in the lavender gardens, which was outside, and it was beautiful. They had them all lined up. You can see the pictures on the Facebook page. It was gorgeous, and they were all on yoga mats. Ergonomically incorrect, but it was a nice shot. It was a wonderful sight to see.
I think it was planned that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was definitely artistically rendered. The tables. We'll have tables there. I mean, we're going to have tables there for people to use, and
Extras.
I'm not going to say anything about the availability of tables for purchase through the registration process. We're working on a commemorative a commemorative table for this event and subsequent
towels.
events.
Yeah, it better be pink. Yeah. Because so many therapists want pink tables, and there's not a lot of variety out there.
No.
Yeah.
And because you're participating, and this is going to be a public registration system, so we want the public who is looking at investing in their massage future to consider a table as well, purchasing a table for their own uses. Get it shipped to their home or use at the attempt. Yes.
Because I want to say, how many therapists out there, when a person calls you up and say, I want a massage at my house, I have a table. How happy are we?
Yay, I get discount.
And clients have to fill out health forms too there, don't they?
Yes.
That will all be available through the registration process.
Okay.
On the day of, and I don't know how most states operate, but when I worked in California, which I think is a very litigious state, I just wanted to, that's the word of the day,
Okay.
litigious.
Now spell it.
Litigus. Litigious, yes, that's it.
Litigious.
Litigious.
Litigious, okay.
To have the quality of litigiousness is litigity. But never mind. Anyway.
Scrabble later.
Because as a therapist in California, I was much more aware of liability issues. I always had a conversation with my client right before they got on the table. No matter what they filled out prior, no matter what they wrote on a release form at the front desk at the spa that I worked at, I think it's really important for everybody to know, and it will probably be in a CE course to prepare for this event, or an ethics course, to ask the person about any conditions before they get on the table. So at least that aspect will be covered in the release form.
And I'm glad he brought up ethics, because as far as CE providers, we've been looking at people, breast cancer, cancer related, and I was thinking the other day, we've got to find anyone out there who can put together some ethics on how we as therapists, what are some of the differences that might come up between working with a cancer patient and not? Are there any differences? These are questions that we have and some other people might have too.
Well, and the palliative care issue always comes up too, especially depending on the advanced stage of cancer. And how can you integrate a conversation about that with your client? How do you initiate a conversation about that with your client? You know, how can you set boundaries with clients that come under that category of palliative? Can you set up boundaries? Should you set up boundaries? I mean, these are the kinds of, I think, some of the ethical questions that can be discussed in a class like this.
When communicating with doctors, information, release of information, what are we entitled to ask and what are we not? I mean, these are all questions that I think all of us would have. And any CE providers that work with ethics, we contact us.
Yep. And then
David or Sheila or Jen.
Yeah. Nathan says Ruth Warner.
Ruth Warner?
Yeah.
All right.
She's on my Facebook.
Yeah. And then he also asked, who will keep the chart notes from the event?
You, Nathan.
Yeah.
You're volunteering. Come on.
The keeper of the records, yes. Well, and I laugh because I think he's referring to a conversation that we had at the convention, and it's in Nevada, it's not part of our Practice Act to keep records. I know in some states it is based on our conversation. Thank you, Nathan. And there are professional, part of the training is SOAP notes, and different instructors have different way of teaching SOAP notes. In fact, since I was in school, taking SOAP notes for massage therapists has changed a little bit, especially when insurance is involved. So that's a really good question, and might be one of the CE classes that might be offered prior to the event, so that if a therapist wants to practice that at the event, that would be a great opportunity to practice what they just learned with a real life client. But also realize that when you're licensed to practice anywhere, you do have the responsibility to take notes to whatever degree that you are required by law, that you've been taught or feel is professionally responsible for you to do so. So you could write 8 pages on your 25-minute massage. Wonderful. That's your client. But I think it's pretty safe to say that each therapist is going to keep their own record.
Okay. Just to be safe. Yeah.
That's right. We won't be the keeper of the client records, probably to any degree. We'll be the keeper of the release forms.
Yeah.
And if we have a need, we'll ask the therapist, and then they will release those based on whatever their decision is. If we, I don't think we would need them for anything, but I mean, we have the name and phone number of every therapist that's going to be there, so
And every client.
we'll know how to get in contact with them.
And something I didn't realize, I mean, during the Pepsi Refresh thing, you had to itemize where you're going to spend all the money if you get that grant. And one of them was for the to bring somebody in from the Guinness Book World Records.
The adjudicator.
Yep.
Yeah. These are the live people that stand there and actually physically watch. There's the two choices. We can actually fly them in. Of course, we have to pay for them to be there. You know, vacation on us for them.
In Vegas.
Oh my gosh! There's that way, or we can take pictures and record the event and then send it in, but that takes significantly longer to approve, and we kind of want that instant gratification to keep them there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and that, you know, having an adjudicator there verifies the event immediately, like within minutes.
Yeah.
They have their criteria that they come in and look for, and when they see it, they say, the record set. It's no longer an attempt. So to have that energy there and let people know, everybody that makes an effort to be at such a large event, first of all, know that it's happened. It doesn't just validate their attendance. It validates our efforts as an organization to bring awareness to the public. And part of that awareness is having the media there and them reporting that this has actually happened instead of waiting 8 or 10 weeks for the Guinness World back in London, Guinness World Record back in London to you know, verify that we didn't Photoshop anything. It's good. But you know, the signature and ultimately the signature of the participant and the photographs or some video.
Yep. Who that?
Some video record of the event is going to really validate ultimately what we're doing, and so that's kind of that's going to be a perk, I think, for the project. But something that, because we're named the Massage World Record Project, is, I think it's a little expected. What do you think, Ryan?
Inquiring minds want to know. Yes. I myself, I want instant gratification too and stuff, so I want to know right then and there. But again, it all depends on the funds too. So because this is not cheap putting this stuff on. What I've seen, all the things that you guys need to do, and
I'm glad actually that you brought that up too, because we're changing our strategy for the Pepsi Refresh Everything grant program. We applied for $50,000. And this time we're going to apply for $25,000, and it just changes a couple of things in the actual how that's broken down, where the money's going. It also goes to run the project and the operating expenses and all that. Because of the fourth, I think it was $4,000 we had put toward the adjudicator coming. That's something that we plan. I mean, this is budgeting. This is not in concrete. It hasn't happened yet. And as soon as the funds come in, that's where we want to put it. And we're counting on the grant to fund all those other parts as well, the venue, the marketing, because it does cost money to market, believe it or not. Even for Ryan Hoyme, it costs money to market. So all these other considerations, licensing, I mean, the local business office, there is a cost for doing an event such as this. So everything that's listed there will be attended to, and we would like definitely the adjudicators to be there. But when it comes down to the wire, that might be one of the things that we have to forego, because we want this event to happen more than an adjudicator coming and saying immediately, hey, you did it, because we'll know.
Yeah.
We're kind of honest that way. I mean, if we have
honest, not.
If we have 262 participants, that's what we're going to report.
We're going to go
we got to do
grab
it.
somebody.
Right.
Yeah,
Another
David,
massage
262, David and I will be out there with them. Yeah.
So any extra money that you make during this time, where's that going then?
Rolls over for the next event.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, our other benefactor is the Massage Therapy Foundation.
Yes.
So we've written in a adjustable amount, a minimum of 3% of the proceeds from the net proceeds, because we have operating expenses, obviously, but we need to raise enough money to give them at least 3%. That is adjustable according to our business plan, but that's what we're shooting for in donating directly as a cash donation to the Massage Therapy Foundation. So the more we raise as an organization, the more the Massage Therapy Foundation is going to get to further their research efforts, and B, the bigger the event's going to be next year because of the resources that we'll have for the following year.
And the branching out. And to go back to the Pepsi Refresh Everything, one of the main reasons we also decided to move down to the $25,000 is that there was a lot of competition for the $50,000 in that program. And because of such an amazing response on Facebook alone from all of the massage therapists who were sharing, there were almost 500 people competing in the 50,000.
In our health category and at the 50,000 mark, there was about 130 or so, where in the $25,000 range, there was only about 80 or so.
But I mean, overall going for the 50,000.
Oh, overall for the 50,000.
Yeah, like almost 500 people. Yeah. Like almost 500 people, and the fact that we held or ended up at like 124th, and that was just the massage world on a first tryout for a project that we were just starting to come out of the closet. That's pretty good. So we go down to the $25,000 mark. I think it's an ace in the bag. I mean, we're there.
Yeah, and you know that pays for the honorarium, which is the official term for a donation to the Las Vegas Youth Orchestra. They're going to China next year, so you know that's part of our relationship with them. Yes,
they're planning on it. Always need the funds, which is why we want to win the program now to get them some funds in ahead of time so they can go.
How much is for the venue in the new application? Was it 10? 10,000.
10.
Yeah, we have to revamp what we have. Like right now, it actually shows what our breakdown for $50,000 was. We're resubmitting for $25,000. So our numbers have changed a little bit, but not too much. And I guess the point I was getting at was that this is a baseline. This is to establish a date, a time, and a place. This for us right now is going to be the bottom line for building on top of that. You know, vendors and sponsors, straight donations from the public, massage therapists, companies and organizations that want to get involved, like Casino Size here locally, and I asked Laura's permission already.
It's confirmed.
Yeah.
She sent us an email.
They made a very nice donation that will help us with our 501 application, and that it all costs money to do this. So any help that we can get from donations really helps us, but we more are depending on the sponsors and the vendors to really get involved. Locally, nationally, it doesn't matter, because this $25,000 grant is not the end. It is only the beginning, a very small part of the beginning, where the rest of the project depends on time and financial donations from the community that wants to participate.
Yeah, you could say that the grant is our running leap off the cliff. Build the wings on the wings. Bye.
And what if people are concerned about liability insurance?
We as a company have that as part of the event and the venue, that we take care of that.
We'll have general trip and fall for the venue, which will probably be organized through the actual venue. So we're renting a convention space, and that's going to be part of the contract with them. Liability insurance, we haven't really talked with anybody about providing that in a general sense for the room of practitioners. But we're open to conversations about a general policy for everybody participating. You know, what are the qualifications? Who does it cover? What's covered? And we're pretty sure Swedish will be covered, which is what we're going to be attempting is a Swedish massage. So if you have a liability policy already and want to perform, that's bonus on your end, you know, but we're looking at having all the therapists professionally covered for liability during just that 25 minutes. And that's a small policy. That's more money.
How do people verify that they're legitimate for massage, so that they are licensed? Do they have to bring in something then, or how are you guys going to do that?
I'd say when the legislation goes through at the state board, it'd be part of the application process to submit. We'll say, here's the information we need from you. Send us the copies, and mainly David is on the responsibility list, the supervisor, so to speak, to make sure that all of the applications are complete. So for out-of-state practitioners to come in and all the legislation passes, that's what will happen. You'll fax us copies of your state licenses, credentials that the state is asking for, and we assemble all that and submit.
And that's actually one of the scenarios that could happen if the policy changes into an exemption. Then so let's use Kentucky for example. Hey, Colette. She wanted me to give her a clue that I knew that she was watching.
Catch that clue.
But Kentucky is a good example because, you know, Angie Patrick with Massage Warehouse operated Sanctuary there, and she was looking for people to volunteer at her venue in Kentucky. And, you know, she asked me, and my question was, can I practice there? Because I'm not licensed in Kentucky. The answer was that there is an exemption in their law for occasional charitable events that allows practitioners to walk in with a current license from any other state. Now, if you're in one of those states that is unlicensed at this time, which there are 7, then you could not practice there under a charitable event doing massage therapy. So, you know, we want to get it to the point where if you come into the state with your license from another state, that even the board will basically, by the nature of the law that would be passed if it happened, we hope so. We're speaking hypothetically here, of course, but you would be recognized as a participant under that exemption. So proving that you're a massage therapist will be based on your issue of a state license from another state in any case, whether you're applying for a permit in the state, a temporary permit, or you're just appearing under a potential exemption law.
Yeah, at the moment, it's kind of like a live animal that we're dealing with as far as licensing goes, because the state of Nevada is so heavily regulated. And we're wading through that, and we're getting there. It's on its way to legislation, yes. And we just got to see what the final sculpture will look like.
Does that answer the question?
Yep. And you know, there's always these people that their glass is half empty or have a huge hole in it. What kind of opposition have you run into so far with those types of people?
Can you give us an example?
Like they don't believe that you can actually do this, and why are you actually doing this, and
let's do the why.
Okay.
Why are you doing this? Because that might actually be a question that people have that they never ask because for fear of offending us.
I think the why question is 2 parts, and to open that, if you don't mind, then you
can go ahead.
As far as why, the other massage world records that have been set, I noticed have been mostly just media stunts. It's a stunt in order to get the name of a company out, or someone sponsored them, say, hey, we just want to advertise our company. But the difference of what we're doing is that it is an event, it's continuing education, opening to the public, research. We're doing a lot of effort into that. So why do we want to do it? We want to promote massage in this realm, more as not a publicity stunt, not as foo-foo, fluff and buff, break out the buffer, you know, on the tables, which a lot of people think that. They really do.
Especially in Nevada.
Yeah, especially in Nevada. And Nevada, oh, you do massage.
Yeah.
You know, we get that a lot. We get it a lot. It's like, yes, I do. And you can imagine some of the phone calls in Las Vegas that we as massage therapists field because of that, and have to do very in-depth intakes on that. Even my own brother, he was telling me about pain in his back. I said, well, why did you call me? He goes, but you're a masseuse.
Mm. Let me expound on that a little bit.
So why?
So the glass being half full,
yeah,
even having a hole in it, hasn't really come from anybody in the industry so far. I mean, most people are supportive. Yeah. They're like, really?
You're insane.
Yeah, you're insane. Those are some comments. How do you expect to do that? Which I appreciate, you know, why you're having us on here today, because it helps everybody understand the nature of why we're doing this. And we're not doing this to compete with anybody. We're not doing this to make a statement about anything in particular. We're here to facilitate. And speaking personally, and I think hopefully everybody else is on the same team because 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 I can't see myself not doing massage. Okay, one of the outcomes of this event and the project and it continuing over years is to help assure that massage therapy is promoted, elevated, and generally viewed differently than even us today as professionals see it, because we see so many changes and they're kind of intangible right now. And by bringing people together and making an event that is orchestrated by industry professionals, experts in the field of whatever this year that we're addressing, which is breast cancer in 2011. The following year it could be Alzheimer's. The following year it could be diabetes. And that's just locally, you know, and eventually this project will take a foothold in other states. And I think Gail and I at least see, and I think everybody else does too, and that's why they stick with us,
Absolutely.
is that this will grow beyond a single event, but more importantly, a simultaneous of many events happening at one time, so that a record can be kept and the recognition for who we are as professionals has integrity over time. And really building one event is like building our future. So we're putting everything we can into this event to make it be successful in a global sense, in a holistic sense, and for the benefit of our clients. Because, you know, we all love doing free massage once in a while. And just being able to come in and do a 25-minute massage and leave and feel good about it and be part of a world record and actually educate clients that have holes in their glasses or that are half full is really our objective, is to get the public aware of what is a state board and why do I need to know about them, you know, and what should I look for in a massage? Because that's still like one of the #1 questions of clients is, how do I know I'm getting a good massage? More and more consumers are asking this because we're in an economy where being frugal is important, and getting a good therapist. Sorry, I'm talking my ass off here. I mean my butt.
Yeah, glutes.
You get me going. Let's keep going. Thank you. Can you bleep that, Ryan?
You start to get a little teary-eyed.
I'm
He's so
getting
passionate.
hot.
Oh, it's okay.
But no, I mean, just to close up with that idea is that promoting massage therapy is what we want to do. Yeah. And the people that we're associating with officially also see that. And, you know, benefiting over time and over a number of events, and hopefully on a more global scale, the bigger that the project gets in branching out into other states and other countries, by the way. Yeah. We hope to assist those organizations as well. And, you know, we want to put a lot of time and energy into this, and in our first year, salaries are not important. In fact, we're not getting paid anything.
We're doing this for free.
And so is everybody else. And it's challenging at times because getting everybody to get a place to do this it's a task, but everybody's participating. And once we get everybody on the same page and this happens, then dedicating staff, especially experienced staff. I mean, you have to put a value on that. And that's what we hope to be able to do after our first event and over time in order to perpetuate the promotion of this really, what we think, what I personally think, is a really important subject, is touch in today's society.
Yeah, part of the MWR project, the way I look at it, is helping to create a perceptual change for the public. You know, so I mean, this is what, yay! So this is why. There you go. Simultaneous massage.
Now the head.
Yeah. The thing is Scout. So just the way that I look at it is, as MWR projects, we get the first event, then we move year after year. It branches out into multiple cities at the same time. Certain people organizing in their individual cities. Mm-hmm. Then after, think of it, if the public comes in, maybe they knew, maybe they didn't know about the links and the connections of what a massage therapist can do for them if they're suffering from breast cancer or diabetes. You know, here's what massage does. They didn't know that before. You get all this public together, and they leave there knowing that, with the business cards of all the local therapists that were there, stimulates the massage economy as well, because now people oh wow, I didn't know that it was just more than a Mommy's Day gift certificate. I can actually go because I have diabetes and I need this to help the swelling in my legs, or I need this to help whatever it may be, you know.
We anticipate having other healthcare professionals there as well. It's not just massage therapists there preaching to the choir or preaching to a public that has no other reference point. The alternative holistic alternative healing for holistic health is the expo. The name of the expo is the acronym. And
The expo.
part of the plan, and you know, we kind of take pride in being transparent in our process because we've learned from others just as well as we hope others learn from what we're doing here. But we want to bring in like a 50% share of other healthcare practitioners to this expo. Nutritionists, doctors, institutes for cancer this year because we're dealing with breast cancer.
Fitness, training, health.
Fitness, yes. All these experts are going to come and say, hey, well, here's what we can do to help you make better healthcare choices in dealing with your condition.
Yes.
So this is not going to just be about massage. It'll be about alternative health for somebody with a particular condition.
Yeah. And if a therapist is coming in from out of state, whose house can they stay at if they can't find a place?
Well, according to...
People are pointing at you. No.
According to the Hoimi Travel Guide, the Otto residence has a 5-star rating.
I have pull-out couches at my house. Lots of space.
Well, we want to definitely partner with, especially if the convention center is connected to a hotel, which we're still shooting for Mandalay Bay, props. And, you know, we want to get a really nice affordable rate. Also, wasn't there a sponsored therapist program or something that we talked about? Yeah.
That's a nice way to bring us in. He's asked me wasn't there. You know there was. Sponsored therapist. As like I said, David and I, for over a year before we came out at the World Massage Festival, we also thought, well, what about the cost to therapists, you know, as far as hotel staying and whatnot? So we put together and are still building a kit that says, here's how you as a therapist in your area can go around and find some people to actually sponsor your airline ticket and things that we will do in exchange for them doing that to help you. Marketing on behalf of the business, perhaps. Say they're going to let you wear your T-shirt. We'll put you on the website. We'll put you in blogs. We'll do everything we can to get the name of that business out. As one example, just for helping you get here to do this.
And that's one type of sponsorship that the general public or even a local spa, either their employer or, you know, just somebody in their community that they're in touch with can help them attend. And the sense of community that's built from that, I don't know if you've seen it happen with other events, but professionals are supported by their local community. And that's how we can, you know, say, what's up, Berea? You know, by saying Berea's in the house with, you know, whatever therapist, or, you know, Los Angeles or Dallas or Chicago. Woo, Chicago!
Really, a business sponsors a therapist, or a therapist already works at a spa and says, hey, I want to go, you know, can I represent this company there? Will you sponsor me? And they say, yeah. You come down, you bring your digital camera, you take a picture of you in your little shirt with your sponsor's name, you bring it back to your boss, and your boss takes that and says, goes to the local community and says, look what we did. You know, it's a nice little press release that the company can use.
That'll be for sure happening in Omaha.
Are you talking to Colette?
Colette's in Louisville, I think.
Okay. Pick a state, any state.
Go ahead.
What kind of vendors are you planning on having, you think? What types of vendors?
Massage vendors, local businesses that offer or treat breast cancer or have research bases. You know, vendors are mostly research based. You've got to have research to say, hey, here's how my products, whether it be nutrition, vitamins, exercise, you know, the special diet that helps out, you know, specific needs for people who are, for this year, going through, say, chemotherapy treatments. I think I posted something the other day about, you know, someone on the Facebook page about the retching. You know, if you're going through chemotherapy, they're spending a lot of time reacting to the treatment and that abdominals, like abdominal massage, people who provide that for continuing education and for the booths. It's like, is that something that anyone really thought of? I mean, who thought of that? All the vomiting that happens for a cancer patient who's going to
I didn't until just now. Thanks for the visual.
Yes, the visual is not a pretty one, but if you think about all of the contractions, it's like, yeah, abdominal massage would come in real handy. So we're looking at vendors like that, and I've already talked to a couple of people for that.
So, for example, I mean, they would be oncology related. So say we had a chiropractor, a local chiropractor that wanted to set up a booth. Now, depending on all of their qualifications, because I know a lot of chiropractors that are also massage therapists and also nutritionists or
personal trainers. And,
yeah, I mean, there could be a program that they have at their booth just for oncology patients. People with that experience of being a survivor of really any type of cancer, but especially breast cancer, we're encouraging them to write in to us and say, what are you looking for? What kind of information do you think other folks that are either may be in your position currently or will be or have been can learn and take home with them? And that's the kind of stuff that we really want to present. We have a general idea. We call it the vendor cloud, kind of that 50-50 balance between massage therapy and oncology professionals. But we're very open to who it is, as long as they have an agenda based on the population that we're addressing specifically for massage therapy and cancer patients. It's not so general. And I think there's a value in having a very specific condition that is being considered during the entire thing, the education, the event itself, any information surrounding it, who we work with is really important too. Yes. There was a chocolate company at the World Massage Festival that touted the nutritive qualities of their chocolate for all kinds of conditions. So we're not the experts. We're not going to say that the chocolate can do this or can't do this. But I want chocolate at the expo.
You know who you are.
So we're going to let the vendors really understand that this is the market that they're going to be seeing at their booth as well. So it would really serve them, I think, to be focused on those particular topics.
And for vendors, contact me. Sponsors, contact David. But for the vendors, one of the biggest questions, or one of the biggest contingencies that I've discussed, is that whatever product you have, give us the research. It's got to be research backed. It's got to be something that you can say, yes, this is what it does. No foo-foo or vague statements. It's like, have the research. You're welcome to come on in, because it's very targeted towards that. We don't want to have anything there that would misrepresent what it does in any way, or have anything come back like that. So that's really the only thing, is have some research.
Which supports the whole idea of going forward in the medical profession rather than remaining spa therapists.
Yes.
So, yeah. Research, hard facts.
Yeah. Educate, promote, and advance.
Is somebody from the Massage Therapy Foundation going to be there then too?
We hope.
Probably. Sure.
Well, if Ruth is teaching. We've been working with calling leaders over there. We're very, they actually help promote the project on their site, and they put up a page for us. Woohoo! Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And there were specific, a paragraph about the Pepsi Refresh Everything project. So everybody that visited their site supported us too, we hope. And that's the idea, is to start networking in this fashion where, people may not even know about us, but learn about us through another organization. So that's really how we're attempting to make this a long-lasting and bolstered event through not mass advertising, like TV or newspaper. That's going to be an element of it at the right time. But right now, we're getting people who are interested, who are listening. They're listening for stuff like this to happen, because when you're ready to learn, the teacher will appear.
Which is why we don't have too many of those people with the holes in their glasses just yet.
No, we actually haven't.
If you'd like to introduce this to some, Ryan, we'd be happy to talk with them.
Squish your head.
my head. Crash, crash.
Yeah, we are crazy, for those of you who asked. Yes, we
Yep,
are.
but a good
Okay.
crazy. Yep. So, any other things that we left out tonight that you think that are going to be viable for people to get in contact with you, or your mission? What is your mission statement?
Our mission statement is to educate the general public and massage therapists about a particular condition from year to year, and also benefit a nonprofit organization and the Massage Therapy Foundation. So everything that we're doing this year, some of that statement, the mission statement, is generalized for very good reason, because we want to benefit a different population every year. So the consideration for doing massage is always changing. What we come out with at this expo and this event, and through these experts and vendors that come and present, will carry on in our archive, and then a new condition the next year will be addressed. The continuing provider educators, continuing education providers, will also be in the same vein. So
It will change every year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're going to show up at MWR Project every year and see the same thing. You know,
So bringing the community of massage therapy here in Vegas, especially during this event, and bringing other organizations to a light in Vegas that will have a national stage, is the mission, to promote the massage therapy and really kind of support the Massage Therapy Foundation. And thank you, Tamala. So we can continue to be in the light of the industry and perpetuate and elevate the industry in that sense too. Because we want breast cancer research done for massage. You know, we don't have a particular agenda. That's why we're changing it from year to year. But we like to see some of the things that are current in our community be addressed, and see what people are interested in learning about related to massage therapy.
And are you guys, you want to keep it in Las Vegas as much as possible then for the next few years?
No. Oh, that brings up a good point. Because the name of our company is MWR Project. Not many people get the MWR part. But when you talk about the event, the Massage World Record Project, you think, okay, the world in there is a pretty big word. So how do you propose that you're actually, and this is where the glass is half empty for a lot of people, is you're in Vegas. How is it a world thing? So if you ask that and you hear our plan for the future, you realize it is a worldwide viewpoint, a worldwide event eventually. I had a guy email from Canada, and everybody knows, and if you don't, they require 2,000 hours minimum, some 2,200 in some provinces, for practicing, for getting a license just to practice. That's an associate degree. That's 2 full-time years of education. And here in the States, there's a lot of states that have a minimum, most states have a minimum of 500 hours. Mm-hmm. So he writes and says, well, can I come down and practice? And I had to tell him, unfortunately, the legislation right now, even now for other states, is limiting just Nevada licensed therapists. And if we get it to pass, maybe the 50 U.S. states and Washington, D.C. Woo! Washington, D.C.!
contacting us from there, too.
Yeah. So, and he's like, he responded with, well, we have a pretty stringent requirements for our education. He gave me the 2,000 hour example, and I wrote back and I said, I know, but that's the difference between practice and law, like a professional sense of our responsibility to our clients and a legal responsibility. You can be licensed as a professional, but you also have to be licensed as a business. And that's where, in both cases, in this state, there are certain requirements. And I would love for him to be here and practice with his experience, not to mention hours of education, but years, in the field. And we just, unfortunately, we have to say no to pretty much everybody outside of Nevada right now. But we're working.
Just for now.
Yeah.
But you can come and volunteer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
You can
always-
body
body
on
on the table. We need managers on the floor, because it's going to be a big floor and a lot of people, and we want to make it as personable an experience as possible, not like a machine,
Yeah.
And Colette says the Louisville Expo Center.
Woo! Yeah. So going outside of Nevada, I think that was your original question.
Well, this is like a tiered branching event. As we start in Las Vegas, year 2 is Las Vegas, and then we choose a couple of other cities. Hook up via satellite?
Satellite TV.
Satellite. Adjudicators at each location, seeing that we're all on the same time and that we all start at the same time in multiple cities. So even though the goal is 1,500 and we will get there, we only need 264 to actually achieve the world record. And if that's what we get, we are still doing the happy dance.
We're stoked.
And then the next year, you imagine you get 260 or say 300 people.
Right.
My observator again. Again, I did earlier on camera close. Okay, don't.
So,
Ryan's wife that might be watching. But anyways, multiple cities throughout each year. So we get, say, 312 the first year, and that's what we get. We're happy dancing. Second year, we get 301 city, 300 another, and 300 another. Whoa, we're on our way to 1,500. And it's not as hard to get there as it may seem. It's not as insane as it may look like.
And so when I replied to this gentleman in Canada, I view that as the kind of conversation that you're describing that we might be having with people, with the glass being half full. Well, what about this obstacle, or what about this challenge, or what about this issue that you foresee? And being that it is a project and it's always in a state of flux, we're always open to researching, getting answers from the right people. But we know that if we don't represent this in the correct way and do it right the first time, that it won't go anywhere. And having an event in Ontario is not going to happen. That's Canada, by the way. Woo! Canada! Yeah! So, I mean, we want to include the world eventually. This time, we just got to make a template for the success in pretty much any city, metropolitan area where a lot of therapists can gather. Louisville! Woo! Yeah!
I mean, getting this first event out of the way is the biggest brick wall to like hike over and try to get over. Because once you get the first one down, we have the template, we move into other cities, and other people say, well, how do I do this? And we actually have it and say, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot of work, but
yeah.
Once it's established, maybe, let's say, all 50 states and a few countries. France. Woo! France, yeah! The other way.
We'll be organizing the one in Greece on the beach.
Monte Carlo. Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
They have a
if
great
I must.
convention center in Monte Carlo.
If I must do that, I will.
So
I mean, yeah.
So when is the registration going to be open that people, let's say just in Nevada for right now, is that going to be open up soon, you think?
We still need to establish the venue.
Okay.
When the venue opens, registrations. We're not going to take anything or anybody or money or nothing until we have the venue.
Sponsors right now are kind of a target for funding the establishment of venue. They require a deposit, and because of what happened recently with the state board, we've changed, like Gayla said before, we've kind of modified our plan a little bit. So it's going to be a smaller venue that we're starting with as the primary site, so the deposit will be smaller. So attempting more doable right now. If we grow, which we are marketing for 1,500.
Mr. Hole in the glass? I don't know. When we grow.
I'm in trouble. Well, when we need more room on the day of, then we can expand from there. But just getting a venue established is our primary goal. So sponsors right now are a huge part of that, and we certainly hope that Pepsi will see fit to be one of our founding donators. Is that what they're called?
Grantors.
Yes. Grantors, yes.
Funds provided in part by.
But that's only if we get enough votes during the voting process. And that's dependent on voters on the internet and on your phone. We'll be in contact with you. Don't worry.
I mean, Sign up and we'll find you.
Facebook, massage rack.
And,
Go
Yeah.
join.
and Nathan says he has 48 cents. Where does he want you to send it?
Woo! 48. We have a donation page on our website that if the donation is by PayPal or Visa, MasterCard, any of the other major credit cards, you can donate 48 cents, Nathan. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Nathan. Thanks, Nathan.
Nathan.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's tequila and limes here.
Give me shine. Bring the line.
Yeah. No drinking on the air.
This is Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas.
One of the things that drives not only our conversations with Yellow Page clients, but really with the industry as a whole, because there's a lot of considerations for therapists as far as practicing in their own towns. And, there are very conservative areas of the country that don't see massage as a healthcare alternative right now. And they're changing slower than other parts of the country. There's some very progressive parts of the country. It's like, San Diego has, they have spas just for medical massage.
Yeah.
We're looking at a change or a development, I should say. It's not really a change in but a development into a flowering of the paradigm. So we're looking to support all that by changing the image of massage therapy to something that is positive, something that outgrows from the need to help people and get them to understand how touch can help them heal themselves.
Here's the perfect place to start.
Yeah, Vegas
Vegas.
has such a reputation with massage, even though that we have to combat. But what I was saying is where David was going with that is that it's also becoming quite normal and happening on its own is that hospitals are building spas on site, at the hospital, and it's becoming more and more common to have that available. So we need to keep that direction going and make the public aware that this is where massage is going, in the hospitals. Who would have thought?
And hiring contractors in addition to nurses that are trained to do premature massage for premature babies and recovery right after surgery. They're using more and more massage to create a healing environment inside the person's body, not just for their state of mind, but as part of their treatment program. So massage therapists are becoming more and more, as a professional, seen in the hospitals, and we want to bring that element to some of the programs we're going to offer at this event, and hopefully across the states.
Yeah.
Like Montana, yeah, Montana.
What about Minnesota?
Oh well, that's given, Ryan.
All of them.
Minneapolis, woo, in the house. Somewhere close.
Texas.
And for the event, are people
Yeah.
for the event are people going to be unclothed at all, or is it going to be clothed massage, or?
What we have envisioned so far is that people will be clothed, but we're going to ask them to dress loosely so that there's the tent draping that happens on the table, so they can just kind of off underneath the sheet and nice and covered, but it will be undone for neck, back, and shoulders only. They can leave everything on down. It's not going to be a strip down, no.
Right, and there's a couple of plans we can do. We can do the tent.
Yeah.
We can also ask people to come in their what they would consider bathing suits,
Right.
And then just make the back open and accessible for Swedish, leaving everything else covered. I guess it's going to depend on the client's
They
level
want
of
their
comfort,
clothes on.
but everybody will be covered legally.
Yeah.
For liability purposes.
Yep. And what is the temperature going to be like during that time?
Ooh, hot. Woo! It's going to be so hot in that room.
The
Oh my
energy
gosh.
vortex.
It's going to be swirling. It's going to be a hurricane of energy and lightning and...
He's okay.
Wow.
I'm back. Yes, I'm back.
Little chronic Reiki cleaner.
It's hot in here. Woo!
Stop what he serves.
So is the temperature usually like 80s, 90s, 100s during that time?
Oh, May. Oh, in May.
Yeah,
Oh,
May.
you-
Yeah.
Outside. Yeah, that's about right. About mid 80s.
Yeah, it'll
early
be
May.
beautiful weather in May. However, the event is
Oh.
indoors. So.
It is.
And make it a true convention, and because the AMTA did a great job, the World Massage Festival did a great job of making events around the main event, so that's kind of what we want to do. Bodies the exhibition, which Nathan knows very well and has already suggested that he's going to be doing a class at during the time of the event, is a great place to just, as a professional and a person, really understand the human body a little bit more. You're going to have hiking out at Red Rock, or maybe the Grand Canyon, because it's only 2.5 hours away from the West Rim, and they should have what they're calling it's a glass walkway. It goes about 100 yards straight out from the rim.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Glass
Walk out and see all the way down.
Hoyme, don't play that.
Did you hear that?
Should set up a massage table on it so that you're looking through the headrest.
Oh,
Right down.
We're gonna get 200 tables. 200 tables on that outstretch. Okay.
Look at your face.
Or there's lodging, and there's probably still snow up in the mountains. There's some lake activities that we could organize. You could skydive. You could go bungee jump down at the Circus still, I think.
Yeah, we have the Red Rock Canyons, which are rated like in the top 10 in the world for rock climbing, because we have rock faces that just go straight up. It's beautiful out there.
And there will be other events involving the sponsors, vendors, and volunteers prior to like the night of the event.
Dinner
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah, what the heck.
Yeah, why not?
Get everybody together, get some pep going. Ariana's going to be cheerleading because
Miscellaneous past doers.
that's right. She's going to be passing out name badges and doing cheerleading that night.
No, I'm not.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys each a minute to summarize what you're going to be doing. Okay, go, David.
10 seconds is gone already.
Tick,
I knew I'd freeze.
tick, tock.
That's
what he's doing.
I am going to be making sure that Kayla stays sane.
I was gone long before we met.
Go, Kayla.
Oh, is it? No, she's next.
No, you're next. You're next.
Well, are you talking about on the day of the event?
Yep.
Okay, on the day of the event, I will probably be looking like this a lot.
Okay, is orchestra ready? All the people on the table?
No, get the dog out. No.
You know, one thing she should not get is a microphone or no. Yeah.
I'm the MC of this event, okay?
No bullhorn or anything.
The bouncer.
The bouncer. If we get Cirque du Soleil to sponsor a ceiling rig, she should be on the ceiling rig, going around to all the tables and making sure that everybody has their water and their oil and all the sheets are clean and nobody has issues getting to the table. And
Like we have Penn and Teller here in Vegas, and what is it? Teller does that whole swinging upside down with the bear trap building
totally
a sandwich. I should
doable.
just get one of those and just be delivering
Hey,
water.
let's kick it up a notch and put a camera on her head.
oh!
Yeah.
It's a verification.
Spider monkey cam.
Spider cam.
Spider-Man.
The thing is, Ryan is he knows me very well, so he knows I would do it. I would
You
do
can hook her up.
Okay, why not?
Well, for sure we'll be making sure that the people coming in the door go directly through the vendor path. I guess, what can we call that little path between all the vendor booths?
The thoroughfare.
The thoroughfare. Yes. The what?
A path, a labyrinth.
elaborate. Look at lost in there.
You know, at the airports, they have those little shiny triangle lights. We're going to be like, over here, you go there, you go here, you go there.
I'll probably also be in the green room, which is our client waiting area. So when the clients are arriving, the ones that are going to be getting the massage, we're working with several presenters,
People.
either experts, professionals, or massage therapists. Actually, we're kind of feeling out having live entertainment in the green room as kind of like a background music, having pamphlets out.
Fancy little gathering room with food and beverage, you know, have an hors d'oeuvre, hobnob.
So I'll probably be in there.
Okay, Jennifer?
I'm hoping to actually have hundreds of massage therapy students that we have to get them to the staging areas and wherever they need to be going to.
Dragging their tables.
Making sure that all of the instructors are where they need to be so they can supervise their students that want to participate, and just having a great day because it's going to be an awesome event.
And just to let you know, I think that's the coolest thing to involve students, because for my students, they attended the AMTA National Convention, so they were in the sanctuary the whole time, and it was just, they can't stop thanking me how much education and how much knowledge they got out of during that time. I mean, it's going to live with them forever. That's what's nice about it.
And this is the next generation of therapists. We need to make sure that they have the best education, the best knowledge, the correct information, which, you know, all of us, that's what we're really trying to work for. Massage Therapy Foundation getting us really great information, us locally getting the best CE providers out here. That's what it's truly all about, is educating not only the public, but future generations of massage therapists. That's exactly why I'm in the business that I'm in.
Absolutely. Research-based education.
Okay, and then Diana?
So I will be doing a lot of miscellaneous tasks and then sprinting to my massage table to give a massage.
Yeah!
Hey, will this actually count if you are in between a massage table and you have one hand on one client and one hand on the other client?
Only if you have one hand and one foot.
There you go.
Spider monkey, what?
She'll be able to work on 4 clients at one time then.
So I don't put the tables up in a circle, I'll just run around.
No, you're going to be in harness from the ceiling.
Oh, right.
And it's funny that she mentions the harness. I do have a technique where people have asked me, are you hanging from a harness? Because I have both feet and both hands at the same time working in different things. And people are like, how? They ask if I'm in a harness. I'm like, I'm levitating.
Oh.
Spider monkey blood.
Are we going to have, this is a good question, Ryan. You said about the massage tables, right? Yes, you know. What about different modes of massage?
That would be awesome, because the thing is, let's say you have, 100 Ashiatsu therapists. You can actually set a record for that.
Ruth already kind of brought that up to me at the World Massage Festival. She goes, oh, we should do it with Ashiatsu. That would be great. You know.
Now, the world record is worded for Swedish massage. So if the technique of Ashiatsu delivers Swedish strokes, I think we can still qualify it as Swedish. To some degree. Yes. So, I mean, anything Swedish I think will do. If you're hanging from a harness and you're doing Swedish, it's still considered Swedish. Spider monkey modality.
Yeah.
Yes. Swing from a harness and just go along.
Yeah, but that would be cool. I mean, you could have many world records all at once then, too.
Yeah.
Or why don't you just, after you're done with the Swedish massage, everybody does meditation at once, and then everybody does.
Qigong.
Huh?
Qigong.
Yep.
Qigong.
Yep.
Break down the tables, and everybody stands in their spot and does the same back and forth. Let's all get together.
Okay, everybody.
Well,
You're kind of doing push hands, but you're not quite there. So it's actually here, and then you're going to take the other hand, and you're pushing the energy into the left hand, and then as the energy reaches, It's actually the energy that's pushing the hand.
Oh,
kind of
I
reminds me-
felt that. I felt that.
This kind of reminds me of taking someone by the hair and just slapping them. Just come and slap them like the pin in the pendulum. I'm a little hot.
And it's not even late there.
If anybody has any ideas, anything they'd like to see happen with the project, we definitely are entertaining ideas, especially pre-event and possibly post-event. Because it's on a Sunday, we anticipate people will be getting back to their schools or back to their practices or work. So if you want to make a weekend of it, awesome.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Tell us how we can help make it a weekend for you.
Weekend in Vegas, baby.
That's right. And you can write it off. Yes! Just ask Nathan.
So is that what he's planning?
At least 48 cents he's going to write off, I think.
Yeah.
So if people want to get more information, get in touch with you, and make sure they subscribe so that you can let them know right away when everything's active then, right?
Yes, through our website.
Yep, massageworldrecord.com. Okay.
Right.
Easy.
And then probably the most convenient way for people is on Facebook at facebook.com/massageworldrec.
REC.
REC.
So did you run out of the ORD or?
On the it was a Twitter
Yes.
one. The Twitter only allowed certain kind of characters, so we just kept.
Oh.
Consistency, you know.
Yeah. Who was in charge of that?
But yeah, that's probably the best way to get the official announcements because we put people on a mailing list. So Facebook, it's really hard to do that. If you're not interested in getting official emails, we still like to keep in touch with people that are interested so they can go sign up on the website. So friend us on Facebook, or join. Is it a group?
It's a like.
You like
It's
it.
like
Okay.
a fan page. Yep.
Fan page.
It's no longer a fan page. It's a like page. I like this
Galis does that mostly.
for the most part, but he does too.
Alrighty then.
So come visit us.
And vote with the Pepsi Refresh app on Facebook as
That's what I'm
well.
gonna say.
Or
Our
you can
Facebook
text,
is where the Pepsi
or you
Refresh
can call.
information
You can what? Just send in your vote.
Just send your love.
So tonight you're gonna try for it. Was it tonight you said or tomorrow night?
Tomorrow
Yes.
night we will attempt our application submission, and when that is successful, then we'll of course be doing the happy dance thing again. And
We need wall love. We need wall love tomorrow night. Seriously, at 9 p.m. or no, 8:55 Pacific Standard Time, which is about what 11 or 10:55 your time, right, Ryan?
Yep.
Please post on our wall. Post us some loves. Send out the zeros and the ones to us so we can get our application in again.
all you energy workers, Reiki our internet connection for us.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Faster than 2 gigabytes.
That's what we did last time. 'Cause we tried 3 previous times, and then that night I had a friend of mine say, "Well, I'm going to Reiki the computer for you," and I said, "Well, okay," and we got in that night. So it worked, mate. She's back. As you can see, we're a very loving group.
Yeah.
But you
Again.
don't have to love us. You just have to like us on Facebook.
And defriend what?
I think there's something that we haven't really talked about yet, and it's the real people that are benefiting from what we're doing. And this year it's Susan G. Komen and their clients and the Southern Nevada affiliate. The reason we want to take this to other states is because nonprofit organizations are not necessarily set up on a national level. Like, we've learned over this process that we're not really benefiting Susan G. Komen as a national office. We're benefiting our local affiliate. There's about 125 Susan G. Komen affiliates around the world, and Las Vegas is one of them. Because we're in a metropolitan area, and they serve all of southern Nevada. So there's actually one in Reno Sparks area, an affiliate, and there's 125 others worldwide. So, I mean, 123 others worldwide. So the people in those local areas can definitely affect locally their local nonprofit organizations, and that's who we're really benefiting out of all this, because we're going to have all kinds of products that support Susan G. Komen, where there are 100% donation programs, where when you pay for the item, 100% of that goes to the organization, to Susan G. Komen. There are some that there will be a split between, and this is beyond the cost of producing the product, by the way. We still have to pay for that. But if it costs $10 to make and we sell it for $15, the $5 would go completely to Susan G. Komen. There are other programs that are going to be based on, well, the T-shirts is a good example, where you're helping the project operate as well as Susan G. Komen. And then there's straight donations to the project to help fund all the activities that we're planning outside of registration. And by the way, registration will be free to participate in receiving or giving the massage. As far as being a registrant for the project, we can't speak to any other fees that might be appropriated during the process of your performing a massage at this time. But we will definitely keep you up to date if you subscribe by email today.
Or everybody can give a $20 donation to the Massage Therapy Foundation during that time too.
Whoa, yeah, they could. We could facilitate that.
Yep.
Rise to the occasion.
Yep, exactly. That's
what I'm saying.
Yep.
Rise to the occasion.
I'll make sure I send that to the Ruth, okay? You got. I'll do it at once though. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
We're so ready to really make this a complete event, because we've been talking about it and planning for so long, and the relationships we're building are really going to be long-term relationships at this point, because this is going to happen regardless of how big it is. It's going to happen. So really affiliating ourselves with the people that are interested right now is important for us, and whether the number of people that we affiliate with will grow over time, and hopefully those relationships will spill out into local states like Utah. Woo! And
you're offending some states you haven't talked about yet.
So I mean, we hope that these relationships will continue in other organizations that have the same goal of that simultaneous world record attempt every year at least, if not more.
And you totally can make a difference. One person can make a huge difference, whether it's a donation, whether it's a text, whether it is coming out and volunteering, whether it's making a vote on the Pepsi Refresh project. Everybody has a spot in this if they want it. And don't ask, well, I can't make a difference. You absolutely can.
It takes a village to raise a child.
And then there's David.
It takes a metropolitan city of 2.5 million people to raise David, because he's a special child. He has special needs.
And a special bus.
A special bus, yes. I am proud of that.
So
My mom told me I'm so special I get my own bus.
So does everybody think David looks like me, or?
I don't, just because I've looked at him for so long. But there were people that came up at the World Massage Festival and started talking to him about massage nerd stuff, and he's like, "That's not me."
I should carry around the business cards.
Yeah, I'll send you some, okay?
Call Ryan. Call Ryan.
Wonder Twins tonight. You guys
Yeah.
can multitask now.
She sits back quietly, but she does have something to say. Now you know why she's on the team.
Yeah.
It takes that long for the dogs to take.
Thank you, Ryan.
Okay. Any other questions, comments, constipation?
Is there any constipation on the family?
Actually, I was thinking though that if anyone out there has, that sounds really weird. If anyone out there has questions, like if you're watching this and you go, well, if you have a question that goes through your head, please email it to us because it may not be something that we've thought of or something that we can incorporate. So if you have any questions at all, send them to us. We want it. We want to hear. We want to know.
Feedback, half full or half empty, it doesn't matter.
Yep. And what's your cell phone number?
Quick, pull up Ryan's page.
Yeah.
No, what's the Massage Therapy Foundation's number? We'll just have everybody call them.
I'll call.
You don't have to donate today. Nice.
There you go. But email any of our first names at massageworldrecord.com. Email.
Jen is spelled with 2 N's.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Ariana's only one N.
That's one.
Ariana's
More complicated.
And Gala's just Gala.
But no, actually, but it's not Gala, Gala.
Gala?
It's not that one.
Okay.
Not that Gala.
Now they're all going to think it's that one.
Well, I tell people you can just Google my name and you will find everything about me. And someone did that and they came up with a gay porn site.
Oh.
And the URL was gay LA, which is the spelling of my name. I've been paying.
So,
That's it.
Gayla, Gayla at
GALA.
massageworldrecord.com.
Okay, so massageworldrecord.com, not massageworldrec.com, right?
Correct, that is correct. On the front. You're in Vegas for crying out loud. We're up 24 hours a day, by the way. We're just starting our workday, Ryan.
What?
We have a meeting after this. Yes, it is true.
Our dedicated staff working hard for you.
Yeah.
I'm night in Vegas and they think I'm out having margaritas. But no, I'm in David's living room.
And that still sounds good.
How late do people usually give professional massages there?
All night.
All night?
I have gotten calls at like 2 o'clock in the morning from people who go through the phone book and look at the ads. And even though mine does not say 24 hours, they still call. Can you be here in 45 minutes?
What?
They leave messages on my phone while I'm sleeping. Yes, people call 24 hours a day.
It's a 24-hour town. People are getting off work at 11 o'clock at night, at 3 o'clock in the morning, at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Or they just flew in from Europe off of a 32-hour plane flight, and they finally got here at
And now they can't
2:30
walk.
a.m. and they're all like this on the plane. That's mostly what I get are people who have gotten off the airplane in the morning and they need a massage.
Yep.
My busy day for locals is Monday.
Mondays?
Yeah, and I only do alcohol. I don't even have an office, particularly.
Mine is Wednesdays, which is today.
Is it?
She just came from clients. She already had a work day, and now she's starting another one.
And
And then I have
is Monday your busiest day just because of weekend warriors and stuff on the weekend? They destroy their bodies and...
Well, a lot of my clients have kids. I think it's their vacation right after they spent the weekend with them. Now that they're back in school, it's like, okay, I have my massage now.
yeah, the kids are gone.
Yeah.
The me time, yeah.
And also with the casinos and work shifts, over the weekend is when they have all the holidays. So people will normally work Friday, Monday,
Yeah,
Tuesday,
industry
Tuesday,
days.
Wednesday are common days off for the industry here. So the casino industry. So you get a lot of people that do that. Not everyone does the Monday through Friday thing there. It's just it's all over the place.
Yeah. I think Monday, Tuesday are the most common.
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays here. So.
That's only in Okefenokee.
Or Monday through Friday.
9 to 5, yeah. Isn't that in Minnesota?
Yeah, over there, yeah.
Don't just-
Did you ever get any of my bumper stickers?
No.
Yeah, it said, "Oofda, I need a massage."
Oh, nice.
That's Facebook thumbs up like. We like you.
Yeah. Okay, any final words before we sign off?
We're ready. Whatever you got for us.
Bring it. So you do need to dress that thing up as the Jack in the Box ball antenna for Halloween.
Yeah.
You're having way too much fun with that, right?
Yeah.
Ryan, we have a lot of fun on your show because, I mean, that's what we do. And we're going to have a fun meeting after this, so thanks for pumping us up for our meeting.
Anything
So-
for my brother.
Thanks for inviting us here and, you know, really helping us promote with a shout out. You
Thank you.
you had, I don't know, what did you say, over 6 million views of all your videos?
60. Yeah.
Sorry, 60, yeah. And these are the same people that are going to be coming to our event. And we just hope that the massage nerd will be there, first of all,
Yep.
because, you know, filming this particular event is going to be an amazing feat in itself. But to record something like this, I think is going to be awesome. And if we can get free help, that would be great. Because
That's your bio. We'll put you on.
we'll get a camera strapped up to Gayla, who will be
Only swinging from the rafters.
and you
That
can
would be
use it.
the ultimate, though. Seriously, that would be,
Well, just so you know, Ryan, I have a friend of mine who is a professional post audio, so anything you get, he'll professionally review the audio. So,
oh,
yay!
Yep.
And he has equipment he can provide, studio boards, mixing boards.
So you and Yvette are going to be there? You going to bring the kids?
I don't know about the kids. We need a break every now and then. So.
Well, you know, Vegas is not just for kids under 18. I mean, there's a lot for adults. I mean, the other way.
I'll sure that
There's a lot to do here, really. No, for real. I mean, this is not traditionally a family, you know, proposed a family town, but there's a lot of activities for kids to do. And we'll definitely, if people have children they want to bring, please let us know so we can help facilitate their fun as well. You know what I mean?
On Saturdays, people that I know and work with at the gym where I teach fitness, they do, every Saturday they do a thing called Camp Jump. And it's all about teaching kids about fitness. So if you bring your kids down, Ryan, we'll shuttle them off to Camp Jump for the day and then go exercise it out and then go back to the hotel room.
Yeah.
And that
yeah,
can
just to wear them out so they'll actually sleep during the night, yeah.
Vegas, there are babysitters out here and sitting services that realize people come in from out of town with their kids and they just want to be adults at night while the kids sleep. So they will actually go to the hotel room and babysit them for you.
State certified license
yes.
and FBI background check. So,
everything. We do have that available here.
Okay, cool. I'll think about it.
For those therapists with kids, bring them because there are babysitting services out here.
Yeah.
is there any other questions that you think we could definitely answer for people that are interested in coming or even participating? If you're not planning on coming, there are definitely ways to participate.
Yep. So I think people are just going to get excited about when you open the floodgates and let everybody in, so.
Yeah, and that is like our next big milestone is the registration. That kind of makes it, well, that does make it
That's official. And we'll be doing the happy dance then too. You'll see another little video on our Facebook page posted with excerpts of us being idiots.
We're going to trademark a little GIF animation that shows us individually dancing across the banners on the screen, so it'll be really annoying for people.
Do you know what this means?
Whatever. What does that mean?
Whatever, moron.
Oh.
You know, you hurt my feelings.
That was going to be
I only have one.
Nerd, yeah. It's nerd behavior, isn't it?
Be nice to nerds. You may end up working for one.
That's right. Or being taught by one.
We're working as one.
Yep.
Working on one.
Or look like one.
Where's my horror
You
movie
may
tape?
have a nerd as a doppelganger that walks around with your business card.
I have some nail clippers for anybody that wants me to mail them some massager and nail clippers.
I'll mail you some. I got some extras.
Did you get them in colors this time? Because I really like green.
Oh my god. I can't do it, Captain.
She's building a bar.
Okay, so again, if anybody wants to get a hold of them, you can call them late at night. So just call Gayla. Okay, she's in the phone book.
Or just Google Gayla, Gayla.
Add word massage to it, or Las Vegas or something. Otherwise, you end up on the porn site.
Yep. And
Or you could just do her last name.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of comments.
Info at massageworldrecord.com as well will get you in touch with us.
okay, so remember Massage World Record. Okay.
Email.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for having us, Ryan.
It's been a blast.
Tell Yvette hello, and you did a great job tonight, and thank you so much for having us.
Okay. Thanks for shopping at Kmart. Okay. Good night.
Bye. Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye.